This is a worksheet on factoring, question 5, factors by grouping. I've seen students struggling to factor when groups are involved. So this is an extra sheet for you to practice. Make a note of this, copy the 4 questions here, and then try to do them yourself. You can stop the video till you do them and then see my suggestions. And that is how I'm going to do them. A. Px plus 3py plus 2x plus 6y. So here we see a trend. This term is 3 times p, right? And this is 2 times 3 is 6. So we can group the first 2 terms and the third and fourth term to factor this. So if we see the common factors in the first and second term, we will find p as the common factor. So we can factor out p and then write x plus 3y. In these 2 terms, 2 is common. So we can factor out 2, and when we divide 2x by 2, we get x, and when you divide 6y by 2, you get 3y. Note that we have a common factor. So that can be factored now, right? So this is equal to x plus 3y, and we get p from here plus 2 from the other term. So this can be factored as x plus 3y times p plus 2. Now there are no more common factors, so this is completely factored. As you'll recall, factoring is writing product in the product form. Earlier there were terms which had sums or differences. Now we have products, and so this is the factored form of the given polynomial. Now here we have part B is 3x plus x squared plus 2x plus 6. Now we can factor x from here, so we get what? We get 3 plus x. 2 is a common factor between these 2 terms. So we get 2 common factor and x plus 3. Remember, 3 plus x or x plus 3 are one and the same thing, correct? So they are common factors. So we can now write this as x plus 3 or 3x plus 3 plus x, as you wish. Better to write as x plus 3. So let's write it as x plus 3, and from here we get x and 2 from there. So we get this in factored form as x plus 3 times x plus 2. Now let's look into this grouping. Now in the first 2 terms, x is common. So let's factor x, and we get x minus y. You can always check. X times x is x squared, and x times minus y is minus xy. So that is a good practice. Let's take minus common. There's nothing common between x and y, but 1 is always common, correct? If the sign is minus, always take minus common. Then all the signs will change. This was minus x, so it will be x plus becomes minus, and we get x minus y as a term. Now x minus y is a common factor. So we can write this as x minus y. If we divide this by x minus y, we are left with x here. And minus of what? Number 1. That is a good understanding. Now, so we get final answer as x minus y times x minus 1. Okay. Now let's look into the last one. It is 2t squared minus 3s minus 6t plus st. Now we got t's in these, so let's rearrange them first. Rearranging will help these kinds of factoring. So we'll bring 6t here, minus 6t that is, and minus 3s plus st. Now, what is common between these two? 2t is common. So we can write this as 2t, t minus 3, And here we have minus s common. Minus s, we are left with 3. And because we have taken minus common, this sign will change to minus. And from st, s is already factored out, so we're left with t. Now note, t minus 3 and 3 minus t, they are similar, but with minus 1 as common, right? So if I take t minus 3 as a common factor, then I'm left with 2t here, but this becomes plus s, note, because we have taken t minus 3. So if I divide 3 minus t by t minus 3, I get minus 1. So that minus 1 makes this plus, so we get plus s. So that's kind of critical to understand, right? And always when you factor, don't forget to put equal to signs, because each statement is equal to the previous statement, right? So that is the factored form of D. So that is how we can do grouping and then factoring. It's a very, very important and helpful technique. Thank you.